What's cooking good looking? It's your girl Tay Renee, and I'm back again with another video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. I am Tay Renee. I am now a traveling YouTuber, even though my YouTube is not all about travel, if you don't know me. Anyways, as I read by the title, I am going to be going through my pros and my cons for living here in Santo Domingo. Also, what to expect when traveling to Santo Domingo. So I first want to start off by saying you need to subscribe to this channel if you have not already subscribed, because what are you waiting on? Go ahead and like this video right now, because it's going to be informational. You're going to get something out of it. And go ahead and leave a comment. I do like to interact in the comments, so please leave me a comment, whatever you want to do. I want to be open and transparent with you all. I have a massive headache right now, but I wanted to give y'all this video because this is my last day, my last night here in Santo Domingo. So I didn't want it to be like fake. I didn't want to get to my new place in Las Terrenas and then Maddie made a good point, she said it earlier, but yeah, I don't want to get to the new place and then going back on here when I could just do it here and start fresh there. But yeah, so I have a massive headache, but I'm trying to get through this as quick as possible, but yet still be informative for you all. So first, I want to go through my pros and my cons list. So I'm going to start with the bad things. It's always good to just get the bad things out the way. So I'm going to start with the cons of traveling to Santo Domingo / living in Santo Domingo as a U.S. native. Okay. My first thing is beaches are not swimmable / relaxable. I said that in my first vlog for being here. Beaches are not swimmable, and they're not clean enough for you to even like sit out and relax on the beach. So that is a con there. To the juxtaposition to that, the pro is that there's along the coastline, there's this long walkway that has seating areas, that has different pictures, places where you can take pictures, and you can look out onto the ocean, but you can't swim and you can't relax on any of the places that have sand, because there's trash on them and trash in the water, and sometimes the water is too harsh to swim in. Which leads to my second con, which is trash is everywhere. And not saying it like, oh my gosh, you step out on the street, there's gonna be trash. But they don't have a sanitary system that's like the United States. They have trash cans posted on the blocks and stuff like that, but there tends to be a lot of areas where there's just a pile of trash on the side of the road. And there'll be bottles and like cups and stuff on the side of the road. Another con is there are a lot of street vendors. Now, technically that's not a con, or not, I mean, it can be a pro and a con. The reason I put it as a con is because they're not street vendors that have like a nice little booth or a nice little pushing cart. They're just people that are holding on to chargers and cell phone cases, or people holding roses, toys for kids, sometimes a little snack cart or whatever, and they're everywhere. Like, they are everywhere. And the reason I put that as a con is because, you know, if you're out, I say if you're out for 30 minutes, and within that 30 minutes, you're going to get at least 5 to 6 people that come up to you or are trying to sell you something. So that's why it's a con for me. It's a little irritating, but hey, get it how you live. That being said, also a pro to being in Santo Domingo, if you were to want to live here, you could literally make money by going out on the street and selling your stuff. It's not illegal, at least from what I can see. The people do it around the police, the army, the National Guard, all of them. So people can be out just selling their products. If you have a food truck, you can just pull up to the park and start selling your stuff outside of the park. Then no one's gonna stop you. No one's gonna tell you, hey, do you have a permit? You know how people in the US do. Yeah, that is not an issue. And my last big con is there is so many people that driving is way too chaotic. Way too chaotic. The driving process system here is redonkulous. No one follows any rules. People run the red lights. People run stop signs. Actually, I don't think nobody even cares or pays attention to the stop signs. There's a lot of one-ways. A lot of the streets are just one-way streets, and while the cars may be going one way, the bikes don't follow the rules. Like it just doesn't seem like there's any rules and regulations to driving, and it's too chaotic, and I don't like it. That has been the worst thing that I have not liked about being in Santo Domingo, is the driving. It's extremely dangerous, and I do not like it. On to the pros about being in Santo Domingo. So I told you the pro about the coastline, and about if you were to live here, you could sell your product or your food or whatever you want to sell out on the streets if you wanted to, or you could buy a building. So that segues into my next pro, which is it is very cost efficient. The US dollar goes a long way here in Santo Domingo. So if you come here with a lot of money, you can invest in properties or in a building for your business, or you just come here if you just want to live for a few months. If you saved up quite a bit, like I didn't save up that much, under $5,000, and I could live in Santo Domingo for probably 4 more months with just that. And that's me on a tighter budget, but I could live here probably 3 or 4 more months with what I brought. So yeah, it's very affordable to live. That is a wonderful pro about being in Santo Domingo. Another pro is that it is very community and family based here. I love that because you see kids being kids, you see families like being together all the time, and I really like that. I really like that the kids are kids. Like they're not out, like these kids don't have tablets. And we've been to the nicer parts or the wealthier parts of Santo Domingo, and the poorer, or not even so much poor, or not as rich parts or whatever I should say of Santo Domingo, and none of the kids have tablets. I have not seen a kid with a tablet or a phone. The kids are kids here. And I haven't seen like a parent or anything like shove a phone in the kid's face also. So I love that. They're very family oriented here. The culture is very vibrant, and it's like a party all the time. That's a pro. But not necessarily for me, because I don't like to party all the time like that. That's not my scene anymore. But if you are somebody who likes to party, you would like Santo Domingo, because they enjoy themselves. They drink every day. They enjoy themselves. So that is a pro there. And my last pro is that the food is amazing. The food tastes fresher. It's a different type of flavor than the United States, but the food tastes good. It's rich in flavor, like I said, and it's fresh. Like the food tastes so much fresher here than it does in the United States. Even when I go out to restaurants in the United States, the food tastes like it probably was frozen. Like if you don't go to a fine dining or a 4 or 5 star restaurant in the United States, at least where I lived, like in Montgomery and in Memphis, you're gonna get food that tastes like it's been frozen, or it could be leftover food. Y'all know. So yeah, love the food here. Love the food. I want to say, I think my favorite thing that I had that has been Dominican is a yuca. That is like a potato filled with cheese or filled with something. We just had one from this place called Naboa, and I really liked it. It was a little bit greasy compared to the one from the Pico Pollo Ana video. If y'all haven't watched that video, please go check that video out. It's gonna be somewhere up here, that little tag for y'all to look at it. Yeah, click on that if you wanna see that video. But yeah, I like the one from Pico Pollo Ana a little bit better because it was sweeter. But the cheese that was in the one I had from Naboa today was really good. So yeah, the yuca has been my favorite thing that has been traditional Dominican that I've liked. Now I want to talk about things you should be prepared for when you're going to travel to Santo Domingo. Whether you're going to be here for a few days, for a week, or live here if you want to live here. The first thing I'm going to say is do not expect anybody to speak English to you. If you are from the United States, coming to Santo Domingo, this is a Spanish speaking country. And then like even the Haitians that come over speak Spanish. Their native language is Creole, but they speak Spanish too. Like don't think because you see somebody that's darker skinned that they're gonna speak Spanish. Speak English. Most likely they're gonna speak Spanish. Everybody here speaks Spanish. So don't come to Santo Domingo and expect somebody to be able to translate to you. Especially like don't even think you're finna go to a place of business and think that somebody there speaks English. I don't think they get many English travelers, so that's why everybody here speaks Spanish. So don't come over here expecting them to speak English. I suggest for you to learn a little Spanish so that way you can get around. Also, with that being said, they speak a different type of Spanish here, but knowing the basics can help you. It can take you a lot further than knowing nothing. The second thing that you should be prepared for is that US dollar does go a long way, but I would tell you to convert your US dollars into Dominican pesos, because when they figure out that you're American, they're gonna assume that you have a little bit more money and already try to make you pay a little bit more. But if you tell them, you can say Dominican pesos, cuantos in Dominican pesos, because I don't have the US dollar, and they'll put in Dominican pesos, and you'll realize that it's a lot cheaper in Dominican pesos than it is in the US dollar. So I would tell you to convert your money from US to Dominican pesos. When you try to go to the bank and take out money, it's going to charge you, of course, to convert your money over. So try to do as much as you can before coming, or right when you get here. What do we use? We use the ATM, and it only charges us $1 every time we use the ATM to convert to take out Dominican pesos. But I also be prepared that none of the ATMs are going to give you money out in US dollar. It's going to be in pesos. I didn't go to a bank, so I don't know if the banks will give you any money in USD. But the ATMs only give you money out in Dominican pesos. So don't go to a ATM thinking you're going to get US dollars. Another thing to expect when traveling to Santo Domingo as a US citizen, I don't know if any other race gets this, but us being my experience as a Black woman or African American woman here in Santo Domingo, you're going to get stared at. Men, women, kids, you're going to get stared at. It doesn't matter. Be prepared for that. Don't necessarily take that as them trying to talk to you all the time, or looking at you with an attitude, or all up in your business, because we don't do that in the United States. They do that here, especially because you're foreign to them. They have not seen someone like you often, so yes, people are going to stare. And of course, when you look as good as we do, they're going to stare even more. With that being said, segue into this one: stand your ground with men. The men are going to, so that's also a con too, that men do that here. We have been told different reasons for why men do that. They're thirsty. They want to get an American. When they realize that we're American, they want to get an American woman, so the American woman can take them back to the U.S. All types of stuff. But they're going to hiss at you and kiss at you, and just keep hollering at you, try to get your attention. Either ignore them, and if they try to push it, just stand your ground. Be like, no. When if all else fails, just start acting crazy. Just going ballistic, causing a scene, and then they'll leave you alone. Trust me. And the last thing I would say to be prepared for is, yes, they have U.S.-based fast food restaurants like Papa John's, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Popeyes, Little Caesars. Like, they have American stuff, but I recommend for you to please patronize a local business instead of getting Taco Bell. Now, I'm not saying you can't get Taco Bell one time. We got Taco Bell one time, but really indulge more on the local businesses and give back into them, because these people really do work hard. They work every day besides Sunday, and they're up early, and they don't go to bed till late. So yeah, don't come here expecting to get U.S. tasting food either. It's not going to taste like U.S. food. It's going to taste like Dominican food, or how Dominicans prepare their food, because they prepare it differently than we do. So yeah, just have an open mind. That's the last thing I'm going to say, is just have an open mind when coming to Santo Domingo, or just coming to any foreign country, period, because it's not going to be like your home. The water. Yeah, don't drink the tap water. But we saw a video where a lady was talking about don't even brush your teeth with the tap water. That was a little exaggerative. You can brush your teeth with the tap water. You can bathe yourself with the water. I just wouldn't drink the tap water. Don't drink the tap water. We didn't even use the tap water to, like, when we cooked rice, we bought water, purified water, and used that to cook the rice in. That's kind of up to you. I know that once you start boiling water, kind of most of the bacteria kind of dies off. But we just, to be on the safe side, we use the bottled water to cook rice. But you can use the tap water to freaking brush your teeth. Like, you're gonna be okay. Don't judge a book by what most people say on the internet, or what you just hear through your family that hadn't even been to the place. I will say that first and foremost, because I don't know where these people get their information from. I've never felt unsafe here in the Dominican. I never felt like someone was gonna try to snatch my purse. Like people were telling us when we first got here to make sure we kept our stuff close to us because somebody might just want to snatch it. Like, never had that experience. Didn't feel like that was gonna happen. Today though, a homeless man did approach me a little too close, and like I said, you just stand your ground. I said, back up. That's exactly what I did. He backed his ass up. And I had my shawty with me, so he wasn't gonna do nothing stupid. But yeah, Dominican Republic is, at least here in Santo Domingo, the part that we stayed in, and the experience that I've had, I have not felt unsafe. I have not felt in any danger, and also they're not fucking poor. They don't live on they're not living in squalor here, people. Okay. Other people will have you thinking that they don't have nothing here. They have a lot here. Some stuff better than the U.S., okay? In some parts of the U.S. So don't judge a book by what other people tell you. Try to come and experience something for yourself before you just let other people control your story, control your narrative, okay? Because if we had let other people feed us all these different things, we wouldn't have been here, and I wouldn't experience this. So yeah. Sorry, my head is really hurting. But yeah, we're getting ready to go to Las Terrenas. Everyone here that we've told that we're going to Las Terrenas has told us that it is so beautiful. It's like a vacation spot, and they're so surprised that we're staying for a long time. So that must mean it is really, really nice. And we've seen videos and pictures, so I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully, not hopefully, I know it will slow things down, because I thought I was going to be slowed down here in Santo Domingo. No. Technically, we have not slowed down, because as soon as you step outside the house, it's just coming at you from all angles. Just the energy is coming at you from everywhere. And hopefully, again, I'm not saying hopefully, I know it's going to happen. I'm putting it out in the air, so it's going to happen. Once we get to Las Terrenas, everything's going to be slower, it's calmer. So those are my pros and cons and things to be prepared for when traveling to Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. I hope I gave y'all a little bit more insight and helped you like narrow down your decision if you're gonna come or not. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, it's okay. I love you anyway, and I will see y'all in the next video in Las Terrenas. Also, be on the lookout, because me and Maddie are starting our own YouTube channel. Go ahead and just check the comments below. I'm not saying it's gonna be there, but it might. So just go ahead and just look down in that description box. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching.
My hope is fun like Jackie Brown. I wanna know if she's too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe.